everybody, welcome back to the Flannel Channel. I'm Philip, and I finally caught up with my buddy Joe and his awesome Peterbilt. We're waiting in line down here in Iowa, and so it's a beautiful morning to be outside. I want to introduce you guys to Joe. He's the son of Jerry. Now, if you remember Jerry's episode, it's the #1 on this channel, so go check out Jerry's episode. I'm excited to introduce you to Joe. Man, it's so cool to finally catch up with you again.
Yeah, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Yeah. Well, man, I love your truck, and so I want people to get to know you, and I want people to get to know your truck. So take it away. Just tell us a little bit about this machine and what you've done to it to make it your own.
Yeah, I guess it's well, it's an 84 359.
Okay.
I've owned it for about 20 years now. This is the first truck I bought, and this is the same one. Never driven anything else, so you know, there isn't a bolt on it I haven't turned, I guess you could say. And
that's
I've
awesome.
done so many different things to it, stretched it out. N14.
Okay, so you're a Cummins man.
Yeah,
just like your dad.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, originally it had the big cam 3 in it, and that was one of the main reasons that I wanted the truck, because that's what Dad was running at the time, you know, so he knew them inside and out. So I was like, well, okay, I'm starting out.
Yeah,
you know,
sure,
got that. And but yeah, then we upgraded to the N14 when that blew up just out, well, not too far from here, outside of Illinois. But yeah, painted it, added a, you know, made my own bumper, grille, visor for it. It used to be a 63-inch bunk that I cut down into a 36.
Okay.
Wow. Originally 64, or 63 or 64. I can't remember what it was, but
that's got to be a lot of work, I would think. To
actually,
like,
well, again, Dad helping me out with that one.
Awesome.
You know, I thought, how am I gonna? Well, I kept looking for 36-inch bunks and couldn't find any, or they wanted way too much for them. And he came up with the idea of cutting it in half. You know,
sure.
On those bunks, one door would be towards the back and one towards the front, so we just cut it in a way to where it just kind of matched up and worked perfect.
That's awesome.
I did that, and I've upgraded the suspension, you know, with the International Prostar.
There you go. Okay.
So
Yep.
I couldn't tell you what the length is on it. I just got it long enough to hit the 62 foot with the bridge, and I didn't worry about it. So I couldn't tell you the exact length on it or anything. But
well, obviously with the extra axles, you can run heavier.
Yeah.
And things like that. Yeah. What do you normally haul in, and where do you run most of the time?
I just basically haul heavy iron, heavy #1, #2, kind of right down to this plant. You know, back and forth. Every once in a while, I'll get a back haul back up to like Mason City or something in between. But yeah, it's just mainly scrap iron. Sure. And that's why I went with the steel trailer, so I could haul the heavier stuff that aluminum guys can't. So.
Right. Yep.
But yeah, lengthened it. God, that'd be about a year ago now. And the extra long trailer, so yeah, I could haul heavy in Iowa anyways. But, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, you mentioned that you built your own bumper and your own kind of grill.
Yep.
It's kind of in the shadow there. We can see it a little bit better on the camera.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah, just stuff that comes out of a scrap yard. You know, this aluminum here, that came out of that yard just down the road here.
Yeah.
And then this was aluminum scrap. You know, I just kind of cheaper way to go, make something out of it. But
it's so cool, and it's subtle. But you actually went with brown and the flat black together.
Well, I think it's called a midnight maroon. That's what I've always heard it called.
Maroon. Oh, cool.
And this was the original color of the truck. It was all solid maroon.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's really cool.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, the frame was maroon. Everything was that color. She's so dirty right now. It's that time of year, you know.
Oh yeah. Yep, I know all about that.
Keep it clean, but
I think something like this, it looks better dirty. That's just my opinion, but it looks so tough. I just love. I've been seeing you in some of these yards for years now. I mean, we've been running kind of the same area, and every time I'd see your truck and maybe you did something different to it, it was like, oh man, that got even cooler, you know. I thought this thing was awesome before, and you just keep making it more and more
little by little
tough.
I guess, yeah.
And you're obviously a rat rod guy.
Oh yeah, I love that. Yeah, I prefer the painted look, and you know,
that's awesome. A lot less to polish then.
Oh, yeah. I did. Well, when I originally got the truck, it was kind of a bull hauler, so it had like the big 6-inch stacks and everything was chrome on it.
Ah, okay.
And yeah, like I say, I learned real quick I didn't like polishing. So.
Yep, I can relate.
Yeah.
Yep. That is so cool. Now, do you have any problems with like some of your paint not wanting to stick to anything stainless or aluminum? You gotta go over it again.
Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I don't. Like this stack here, I'll have to send some pictures of that.
Okay.
A few years back when I had it the single stack, you know.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, I just basically just scuffed this and repainted it, but this one hardly ever chips. Now the one on the other side, you know, I recently did that one again, and it just keeps chipping. I don't know if it's, you know.
Yeah, it just gets sandblasted more on that side, maybe, or
like the aluminum, just treating it and everything so that the paint sticks to it.
Yeah.
I always have to do a spring touch-up on everything.
Oh, sure. Yeah. But still, touching up paint is easier than polishing, right?
Seems like I only got to do it once a year.
Yeah,
you know, so.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, you do all your own mechanical work at home in your own shop. So your engine, your frame stretch, your suspension, all that stuff.
Yeah, this is about the third one I've done on this. So.
Wow, that's so cool.
The other one prior to it was I had just cut another old Pete Airleaf suspension and put that on there.
Yeah.
And then actually a year before I stretched this out, I had another International Prostar suspension, but it was just shorter. It was the one I bought up there was shorter, and then I found this one that was to the steer axle. So I literally cut it in the same spot a year to the day, and then added the length to it. I mean, it was just, I was thinking I was going to have the double split it.
Okay.
And then I was like, what am I going to do here? And then I went into a yard that I haul out sometimes, and there's this International Prostar sitting there with the frame. Like, I want that.
Yeah.
So that worked out.
And you had to add the tag axle underneath it after doing that. Yep. Awesome.
Yeah, I added 4 feet from where it was before that. So.
Okay. Yep. And what did you say your wheelbase is on the truck itself?
I can't remember what it is on the truck.
Fine.
Yeah, I forgot.
Yep. No.
I knew that when I cut it, and then it just,
Sure. Yep. Not a big deal. And I see you have rooftop AC.
Yep.
Which is old school, just like kind of what your dad was doing.
Yep.
You know, just.
Well, yeah, you know, see the pictures of that, and well, you'd see it on equipment like fork trucks and stuff in some of these places. You know, and, And I thought, but you always hear the stories of the Kaiser ones and everything. And, but that was, well, it's not brand new anymore, you know. But it works like it's brand new yet.
That's awesome. I love it.
Yeah,
do you want to take us inside the cab, or do you want to leave that?
Yeah, let's do that. Pretty dirty. I wasn't expecting this.
I understand.
So,
nope. I'm catching you off guard. Yep.
And it's pretty rough in there anyway.
Sure.
So.
Yep. Totally cool.
Yeah.
No, that's just fine, man. Nah, I love it. This thing is just awesome.
Thank you.
Now, are you the second generation trucker in your family? Are you third generation? Like, how far back do you guys go?
Well, I'd be second generation.
Second gen.
Yep.
Okay.
So.
That's awesome. And you grew up with dad having to be gone quite a bit, I would assume.
He ran a lot of coast to coast, and then, you know, like I say, grew up in it when he was home.
Yep.
You know, we'd be crawling all over the truck. I remember playing with G.I. Joes on the motor when he'd have the hood open. And we'd ride our Power Wheels underneath the frame and never even hit our heads. We wouldn't even have to duck, you know. So, I mean, since a kid, that's all I've been around is trucking. You know?
Yep. So. That's super cool.
Yeah, like I say, I don't have those great stories like he does. He went all over the place, but you know, I stay pretty regional. So.
Yeah. Well, did you know from being a young kid that this is what you wanted to do, though? You wanted to carry on?
Yeah, I think I always knew, you know. Like I say, it just became such second nature to me. You know, and I always loved trucks, you know, as a kid, and toys and everything else. So, yeah, I guess, you know.
That's cool.
I pretty well always knew I would be.
That's awesome. so there you go. I'm thrilled that I finally got a chance to introduce you to Flat Black Joe, the son of old school Jerry, and you get to come along on kind of a typical day for me when I get to meet up with buddies like Joe. So hey, thanks for coming along, everybody, and if you like what you're seeing, you know what to do. Follow me on Instagram at @flannel_Phillip, and I appreciate you supporting the channel, everybody. Peace and grease. All right, man. Thanks again for showing us around, bud. Appreciate it.